Come on, let's go. I know you're tired. How do you think I feel? It's just inviting. Let's go for a hike. Okay. Well, hey everybody, welcome to another Not Thursday. I don't know if I was talking to you or myself. Because you know what? Doing this every single day from the minute it stops snowing till it starts snowing again is pretty tiring. But it must be done. So the thing is today to go exploring an area. I didn't bring any of my gear with me other than camera and pack to see what is way out here. Obviously we're looking for old things, or realistically old places, but today's got to be a scouting day because this area is massive. There's not a stitch of wall around, but people were living out here hundreds of years ago, and I figured we'd go pretty far up and take a look at cool things like this. See, that is worth stopping and looking at. I know a lot of the viewers just appreciate being out in the woods and seeing beautiful things. That is one big mushroom. That is probably 7 inches tall. What a dome, huh? So this large section out here I've never been to. This is a massive open space piece of property, and I love going places that I've never been before because there could be anything for history out there. And it's just nice to have free hands and not carry too much gear. It's an interesting lip. Oh, almost looks like a perk test. Oh, that is a wall. It's so covered you can barely see the rocks. Huh. Oh, that makes sense. Big cellar hole. And it was here for a while. I can see the remains of indoor, geez, I don't know if that's water plumbing or from gas. Definitely bed frame stuff, but that piece right over there is interesting. That's the cool thing about New England. You don't have to walk far into the woods to find old places. Nice. So this is the well. This is actually a massive stone that has a hole cut out of the middle of it. Wow, that thing's deep. Give you guys 2 seconds to identify that. Yeah, it's what's left of a bicycle frame. And, you know, like a tenth of a fork. Cool. Yeah. There was probably a house standing right there within the last 100 years. Alright, onward. Wow, and I'm assuming by this that the road, or a road, continues on that way. Definitely a colonial type bridge and more modern dam. Oh, there are walls out here. That's a good sign. And we do have some stacking, because you walk in that first quarter mile and there's nothing. Always take the path that looks less traveled. All right, I'm gonna disappear from camera for a bit. I'm gonna go up in quite a ways. I'll bring you back when I'm out there. An interesting little area. See, things like that, the stacked rocks in an area like this, it might not be colonists, it could have been the indigenous people. There's no real land improvement, there's no walls, but there's definitely stacks of rocks. So yeah, intriguing little spot. As you can see, it's pretty bushy, and I don't know, I counted 10 stacks, all rather random. Alright, back on the direction of north. Potentially a cellar hole, but I'm kind of doubting it. It's not rock lined. That doesn't mean it's not a cellar, but there's no chimney stack. And it's just terrible out here. But it wouldn't be the first time a little itty-bitty hole like that was what we were hoping it was. Oh, interesting landscape. I'm gonna start, basically this is the top of my loop. I'm gonna go in, out, back down. I'm about 45 minutes from where I started, so that'll be enough for today. Yeah, this is what I say. That's so interesting and intriguing. Walk 10 more minutes. That's clearly a pile of stacked rocks. Huh. And a lot more of them. It's just no signs of improvement, so again, if those aren't from the colonists, they're from the people who were here before that. Alright, further. Hydration time. So I'll explain to you my thoughts and logic on why I think the stacked rocks are what they are. The colonists, if you were clearing land to plant crops, you'd move them off to the side. You wouldn't stack them every, 25, 30 feet, because you'd be bouncing off them as you're plowing. They didn't do that. They put them off to the sides, then they built walls. Unless it was a livestock pasture, then you would see stacks in the middle, but there's no walls out here. Absolutely none. And you wouldn't stack rocks for leisure while you're surviving. So, and get some liquid, carry on. That's interesting. It's clearly been split and there's a hole on top. And I just double checked with technology and maps. This is not a town marker. I thought it was going to be, but we are nowhere near that. Well, that's random. Big axle. Huh. That's a random batch of stuff. And actually, this piece right here actually looks like a wagon wheel. These outer rims were, you know, thick. That's about a ½ inch thick. The rest of it's kind of unidentifiable. That looks like it was a seat, and I have no idea what that is. Cool find, nevertheless. Well, since that batch of iron, I have been walking and walking. There's nothing. And my trail is starting to loop. If you want to call it a trail, it's pretty mucky. It's pretty remarkable in this area to go that far without seeing stacked rocks or somebody trying to forge something out of that a long time ago. Well, it's the first stitch of rock wall I've seen in a long time, but in reality I think we're just looping back around to where we started at that proper cellar hole and farm. Same thing, this thing is just disappearing into the forest. More. Yeah, I've got to be coming full circle. One thing's for certain. You see the wall in the back. This was definitely field, and this is first grow back. Nice and clean. Yep, full circle right back to the proper home site. This must have been a beautiful place. I just want to take a peek-see around. There's an artifact. Oh, cool. Tea, anyone? Some cool stuff out here. Well, alright everybody, I'm going to end it here in the old field. That was a great walk today. Just a little over 3 miles. Interesting that beyond this old farm, nothing but some very randomly stacked piles of rocks. That granite marker, which, I don't know, a pile of iron. You never know what you're going to find in the woods of New England, and that's why we go out exploring. So, I'll see you all very soon. Enjoy your Not Thursday.